Good evening once again, everybody. On behalf of Barry Berman, Shannon Berman Pascal, Q-Master Billiards, and our signature sponsors, Aramuth, Diamond, and Simonis, welcome to the 38th U.S. Open 9-Ball Championships. We're coming to you from the Chesapeake Marriott here in Chesapeake, Virginia, and this is live from the Accu-Stats Arena. Winner's side action. Two of the greatest players in the world about to battle for the right to stay on the winner's side. Once again, on behalf of the entire staff here at the U.S. Open and all the players, we want to express our appreciation to each and every one of you for all your support throughout all the years, and we hope you'll be with us all this week until Saturday night when we crown our 38th U.S. Open 9-Ball champion. So at this time, let's get right underway with our player introductions. Our first player is from Blackpool, England. This gentleman has been a member of the winning Mosconi Cup team for Team Europe on 2 occasions. He's a former World Pool Masters champion, and he's the 2007 World 9-Ball champion. He's sponsored by Kamui and Predator. Please kindly welcome Mr. DARYL PEACH. Thank you very much. His opponent from Manching, Germany. This gentleman is a 3-time European Player of the Year. Among his other accomplishments include twice captaining Team Europe on the Mosconi Cup. He's a former World 9-Ball champion. He has 2 U.S. Open Straight Pool Championships to his credit and 2 World Straight Pool Championships as well. This year, he was honored for his accomplishments with his election to the Straight Pool Hall of Fame, and without a doubt, it won't be long until he's also a member of the Billiard Congress of America Hall of Fame. He's sponsored by Bear Q's, Simonis, and Ortmann Billiards. Would you kindly welcome the machine, Oliver Ortmann. Thank you, gentlemen. Go ahead and lag for the break at this time. There's a 40-second shot clock in effect, race to 11. And at this time, I'd like to send it over to our commentators, Pete Fleming and Bill Gibbs.
Accu-Stats Video Productions brings you live world-class 9-ball from the 38th Annual United States Open. I'm Billy Gibbs. I'm joined in the booth tonight with Pete Fleming, and we're going to bringing you this match with Oliver Ortmann and DARYL PEACH. Pete, this looks like a great matchup from Europe.
Great matchup. 2 players who are very familiar with each other, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too. I like the way Ortmann plays 9-ball, and you see him play straight pool over here a lot, but you don't get to see him play 9-ball a lot, but it's fun to watch.
Absolutely.
Peach, I know, is a former champion and a big player over in England, so I know he has just a lot of power.
Well, he missed the Mosconi Cup this year, but he had been a steady player. Well,
Torsten Homan missed the Mosconi Cup for Europe this year too.
Right.
So that doesn't really reflect, I don't think, how well they're playing.
Just shows you how great of a team they have.
Yeah. Well, Homan being the 9-ball world champion now too. So.
Well, DARYL starts the break. Let's see what he's learned by watching the other players.
Well, he's made a ball on the break. Looks like he's going to get something on the 1 here, Pete.
Mm-hmm. He didn't lose the cue ball.
No, and the balls are spread apart, so this should be a rack that he can go right for. Pocket the 1 and come back across the table for the 2 there. With the 3-6 down there, I believe he's going to play that combination.
Mm-hmm.
6 being so close to the pocket. Might have gone a little far there, unless he'd like to drift down and play the 3 in the same pocket he's playing the 2 in now.
Right. He has a natural angle.
And he came back out for the combination. I like that better.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
Just got to control the 3 here and bump that 6 into the pocket. Peach is a very solid player. Good mechanics, sets up over the ball well. Tall fellow, so the 9-foot table didn't pose a lot of problems to him. Unlike Wong Can, who we saw in the last match, little diminutive there.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's off to a good start, Bill.
Looks like he's got this rack well in hand. Little 50-yard line there on the 9-ball. I would like to come down a little further on that. I don't think it'll pose any problems, but...
Not at all.
And a 1-0 lead for DARYL Peach. He gets the first rack. He'll be breaking in the second here, and we'll get a look at that break again. Very nicely handled there.
Yes, indeed.
I noticed you were watching a couple of the other matches out there. Anything interesting going on, Pete?
Yes, we have Niels Fine playing Joe Dupuis. You know, Joe Dupuis came in second in the American rotation. I mean, won it. He came in second, he won it. So he's playing well. He came in third up at Turning Stone.
Monica Webb was out there playing Carl Boyes.
Carl Boyes playing well. DARYL Peach. Switch sides for on the break.
And the wing ball flew in, and the 6-ball.
He hit it squarely.
He's got a shot on the 1 here. And the balls are broke apart. Not the easiest of racks. Ortmann sitting patiently in his chair, just waiting to get up.
Mm-hmm. I saw Jason Shaw's playing out there, and also Darren Appleton is playing. So they're all playing tonight.
Well, DARYL didn't make this ball. And it looks like Oliver may have a window to get to the 1 ball.
I don't think he got away with that.
Yeah. And if Ortmann can see this clearly, which it looks like he can, he'll just want to come over to the rail and just come back out for that 2. Need to leave a little angle, though, because I'd like to be above the 3 when I shoot the 3 in the lower left-hand corner pocket. Let's see what he does here. Very nice.
Nicely hit.
Looks like he can just draw out of there. That's the way he's going to go. Come straight back up. Got to take a good look at that 5.
He would like to have been a little straight around the 3.
I don't believe it's going to hurt him, though. Be interesting to see if he draws it back and plays the 4 on the side.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. He'll just draw this ball back to get to the 5.
Well, the shot clock is working well, and it's keeping a pace, and no one's had a problem with it. No one's been penalized.
No, and I think the aspect of the time running out and you're down on your shot, you don't get up, you're not penalized for that. That makes this very workable.
Mm-hmm.
It only just cuts the unnecessary movement in between the racks, or in between the shots, if you will. It's a good system.
Okay, he came a little bit far on this shot, so he's going to run into the 7, and he's got to keep control on it.
Well, looks like he's going to draw into the 7 unintentionally here and knock it up table, maybe.
That's the danger.
Well, he hit a little hard. A little slower, and that would have been just fine. Now he's in trouble, though. Shooting over top the 9. He's going to have to do something here. Just can't pull the trigger just yet.
He
Wow,
went for the
nice
cut.
shot.
What a
Nice
shot that
shot.
was. Wow.
Over top the 9. I think Oliver Ortmann's come to play, Pete.
Yes, sir.
No surprise there.
Yes, sir.
And Ortmann ties it up at 1 apiece. He'll be breaking in game number 3.
Race to 11. And we'll see what his break looks like.
Yeah, this will be the first break for Oliver. Now, he's been in here quite a bit this afternoon watching what's going on the table. So he may have spied out a few of the things that have created problems with the break for other people earlier in the week. We'll see here in just a second. That was some shot, though, jacked up over that 9 ball.
Unbelievable.
That's one thing the Germans do a lot. They clean that cue ball on the rail, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Game 3 is underway. I don't believe he made anything.
No. Gave it a square hit.
Well, I think Peach is going to hide him right here. I don't think that this is the type of shot that you want to take on to get back to the 2.
All right.
I'd like to bring the cue ball down table and bank the 1 ball back behind the 8 possibly, if I don't shoot it.
I think the cue ball's going behind the 2.
Yeah, he went the other way with it.
Perfect.
Yeah, this is going to be a difficult shot to deal with here. The balls aren't really tied up, and if he doesn't hit this, this will go pretty quickly, I think. So he might want to tie a ball up here if he doesn't feel like he's going to hit it. He's going to spin it out there. Wow. Nope, just tied a ball up.
Yeah. Good move.
And Peach went right for the combination on the 9. This is not a gimme.
By no means.
So you want to leave the cue ball behind this 5 ball when you shoot this.
Absolutely. And that's what he did. It's like a free shot.
And Ortmann's on 1. Yeah, that was free. There isn't a lot of charge on that just yet. The 2 ball's not going anywhere. But Oliver wants to make sure that he hits this ball. He doesn't want to be on 2 from here, I guarantee you that. Because if he is, and the 1's sitting there, I can tell you where the cue ball is going to be. It's going to be over in that cluster of 6, 8, 2.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll be looking at 3, but I don't think it'll go that way. This ball is very hittable at the very least. But it's going to take a little bit of work. He's going to go to the side rail over here to the left and spin down into the 1, it looks like. Nice hit. And he got over there, too.
Very nice.
Got a little bit of distance, but I think he's a little unfortunate there. Ball came up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what do you do if you're DARYL Peach and you're looking at this? You got to get back up here and do something with the 2 if you make the 1. So I might choose not to make the 1.
Mm-hmm.
Nicely behind the 7, I believe. Good speed.
Yep.
Well, Ortmann's only got one way to go at it. I think he's going to have to go over the right-hand rail here as we look at the table. And just drop the cue ball on top of that one. Coming behind it, even better, if he doesn't scratch.
Unbelievable.
Well, he's got to get the 2 open. And Ortmann's on 1. I'm not sure that the 2 is something that you're going to do anything other than you could almost make this in the side, draw back, come off the edge of the 2 and stop it on the 8 behind the 6. Oh, he broke it out, went for that anyway. I'd hide this ball.
Mm-hmm.
And you could just basically send the 2 up table and stop on the 8 with the cue ball behind the 6 there.
Looks like a good shot.
You want to go with about 2 o'clock English on this ball and hit it with somewhat of a stun follow, and it'll come over and pound on the 8 ball there, I believe.
That's what he did.
Yeah, as long as it gets beyond the side pocket, it's a nice shot.
Mm-hmm.
Tables have turned a little bit here. But really and truly, Ortmann's been in the trouble from the beginning of this rack. And this is no simple kick right here.
No, sir.
But he has no problem shooting over top of a ball. We've already seen that. So shooting over the 8 shouldn't pose a big problem for him. The only problem with that is when you go into the rail with follow, it changes the angle of the ball a little bit. And that makes it a little difficult to hit this. Coming around, nice hit.
Good hit.
Stayed out of the pocket. Look at this. So close.
Well, all the problem balls are taken care of anyway. Everything is open now.
They're open, absolutely. And most of the problem really is in these first 3 balls, and it's just in where you want to play position on them. He could hit and stop if he wanted to for playing the 4 in the corner down here, which would put him on the 5 to get down to the 6. Went to the rail, came back out.
Nicely done.
I think he's got a little better angle on that than it looks in the monitors. He's a little straighter on that. So he came back there, and now just drift down for the 6.
Got a nice angle.
Very natural angle to fall down to it. Probably, well, he's following forward. Must have more angle than it looks like from here.
Perfect.
Well, it looks as though Game 3 will go in the books with DARYL Peach getting the win. Hit that well. Well, he'll get a chance to try his hand at the break again.
Yeah.
Peach is up 2-1 over Oliver Ortmann. Have you seen Ortmann play a lot over the years?
Yes.
You probably saw him when he first came over, right? Playing straight pool?
Saw when he beat Mizarek. And in fact, we have that on videotape.
Wow. Yeah, that'd be a good one to call up and get right there.
We got the DVDs. Like we have both these players on DVDs. But that was an exciting match when Oliver Ortmann beat Steve Mizarek.
I'll bet.
And,
he was a young man then, too, right?
Yeah.
How old was he, do you know? 16, 18, 19, something like that?
No, he was older than that.
He was older than that?
Yeah.
Okay.
But around 20, I think, 21.
Young, though.
Yes.
Yeah, I bet that was exciting. Well, DARYL Peach is going to the head of the table. Now, he needs to find something here because this has been the real challenge, is to get your break working on this table. It's been difficult.
Well, you see that mark? He's put the cue ball right on the mark, the same spot that Wang Khan was breaking from and doing well. And square hit.
Made a ball. And look at that 3-9, Pete.
Right. Now he's got a tough shot on the one ball, but...
Well, you got to shoot here. I mean, you got no options.
It is a shot.
That shot you got to take, I think. Just bring the cue ball down and back up and miss the 6. And you should be able to get on the 2. Very nicely done.
Nicely done.
He needs some speed, though. Not quite enough to get there. I think DARYL might be a little upset with that. Had he come up another 6 inches, he would have been just fine.
Oh, sure. Wow.
Well hit.
And he's got that combination on the 3-9.
Yep. Yep, short rack. And that will be rack 4 going to DARYL Peach. And the score is 3-1 in favor of DARYL Peach.
And here's a look at Oliver Ortmann. Nothing he can do, sitting in the chair. Both these players drew a bye the first round. They both won their matches in the second round, so this is a third round match.
The fourth day in the third round.
And this is a winner's side match.
Rack 5 starts now. And he's pocketed a ball.
Yeah, another square hit.
And he's pocketed 2 balls.
He's got a shot on the 1 ball.
Nice shot on the 1. Natural shape to the 2. And with the position of the 3 and 4, key shot in the rack looks like it's going to be getting from the 4 to the 5.
Yeah, the 4 doesn't go in either one of these pockets down here. He's got to go up table.
Well, let's see how he chooses to play it. This is a bit of a challenge. But nothing too severe. The balls are open. He can play the 4 up in the upper left-hand corner pocket and fall down there if he chooses to stay below it.
I think that's the way he has to go.
He might have liked to got a little closer than, you know, going that way. It's fine, but a little less angle would have been nice. Just soft rolled it. Got very nice on the ball. And he should be able to follow this down there and get on the 5. Nicely. And the only thing he doesn't want here is straight. Just pocket the ball and leave a little bit of angle.
Nicely struck.
Yeah, and that's one of those shots right there where he overhit the speed a little bit to come off the bottom rail to make sure that he wasn't straight. Well,
he's in good shape now.
Yeah. Yeah, straight in line and right on the 7. Oh, game 5, it looks like it's going to go to DARYL Peach. And he's going to take a 4-1 lead over Oliver Ortmann with that shot. So with Game 5 in the record books, it's DARYL Peach 4 and Oliver Ortmann 1.
Playing pretty well. This race to 11.
You know, they've started off like this with a few matches, 4-0, 5-0. We've even seen, I think it was 8-2, in one match, and then come back and, have a victory there. And that was with, I believe, Raj Vanala and Jesse Engel.
Well, DARYL has the break working for him. Found the spot. He's found the speed. It's been working for him. He just wants to continue.
Game 6 is underway with the breaking of these balls. Well, you might have jinxed him there, Pete.
I guess I did. He made the 5 and the Q.
Well, Oliver's going to get a chance to show us what he can do now. He may put a few together. Pretty much everything looks like it's in good shape. 3 balls a little bit far away from the 2. Wow, he's looking right at that 9, 1-9.
He's a very aggressive player.
Well, sometimes when the balls are open, I like to go ahead and run out and get the feel for the table.
Yeah.
Let's see what he's doing. Going to win the game. Very nicely
I
done.
think he won the game.
You got to love a guy that shoots combinations like that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of the things that matters most. In straight pool, I think, because the balls are so tightly packed together.
Yeah.
And he sure played that like it was effortless.
Well, let's see if he picked up anything from DARYL's break. He trails in a match, Oliver, 2-4 in this race to 11. And he didn't want to fall behind any further. That's for sure. Big difference between 5-1 and 4-2.
Huge difference, actually. Still early in the match, though, in a race to 11, so you got a little time.
Mm-hmm. And these matches will be a...
Game 7's about to get underway with the breaking of these balls. And we'll see what Ortmann's doing with the break now.
Well, he's breaking from the same spot.
And
gave him a good crack.
Pocketed a ball. A little bit of a funny kiss there on the 2.
Mm-hmm.
But it came up to where you can see the 1. The 3's over there hanging in the pocket. Interesting to see how he'll play this. If he'll bank this back towards the lower right-hand corner pocket here, maybe drift over with the cue ball.
Well, the 2 ball is against the same rail here, so if he doesn't want to send the cue ball to the other side.
Well, if he skids the rail and hits the 3 and hits the ball hard, he could end up with a shot. I doubt that he'll do that, but it's possible. And
wow.
there was the shot.
Beautiful shot. Made 2 balls. 1 and a 3. And got an angle on a 2.
And he's on the 2. That's where the speed comes in when you glance that rail.
Now the next ball is the 5. Sitting down here by the 9.
Well, he'll probably just come across the table, below the side pocket as we look at the table, and just sort of Z-stroke it to get on the 5. Wouldn't hurt if he's straight in.
Uh-oh.
Well, he didn't make it across the top of the table.
Side pocket got him.
That ball straightens out when you hit it a little bit with pace like that, and that's what got him. It didn't spin coming off the rail. And Peach is going to go straight in on the ball. Just drop down here for the 6. He's got to have a little bit of angle here to get up for the 7.
Mm-hmm.
And he's done that nicely. He'll come 2 rails out of this with follow or draw, either way. whatever he likes best. Probably draw would be what
I
I'd
like
imagine.
draw better on this shot.
Yeah, I do too. But he's put the 8-ball right between the two of them, possibly, if it doesn't bounce.
Ooh,
Got a fortunate roll.
that was close.
Yeah, that was a little too close for comfort, wasn't it? Well, Daryl's just going to come across the table, come down here for the 9, pocket the 8 like though. And now it looks to me like DARYL Peach is going to take game 7. And it'll be 5-2 DARYL Peach over Oliver Orton.
Playing well. He's in good shape. And these matches will be available on DVD at Accu-Stats for all our viewers. You can call Pat at 1-800-828-0397, and they'll send you a catalog. We also have the catalog online at accustats.com. Check it out.
Well, Oliver looks like it's sitting in the chair there. He's ready to get up and play some pool. Just wants to know when his turn's going to be.
Well, he was hitting the ball well, but a little unfortunate to scratch on that last shot.
Well, this is the 8th game, and DARYL Peach is up 5-2. Let's see how Daryl breaks these balls. Doesn't want to scratch. Made the one on the side. Very nice.
Made another one.
And look at this, too. I think he'll take a little time and take a look at this shot. Balls are open nicely. The 2 is blocked from this lower right-hand corner pocket by the 9. I wonder if he'll choose to go right at it. After seeing the way Ortmann played that combination, I know he would. Can play safe by dropping the cue ball down behind the 7. But, well,
things are going his way.
Yeah, he could have played off of that ball.
Yeah.
That's possible as well.
Oh, yeah.
He did get to an open spot for the 3, which is good.
That's what I meant by I meant that things are going his way.
Right. Well, if he goes to the end rail here after pocketing the 3 and comes back down for the 5 on the side, I think that...
It's good night, Irene.
Yeah, I think the rack will hinge on that. Let's see if he plays it that way. Needs to come down a little bit. Makes it a little more challenging. Only because of the position of the 7 is this a problem. Any kind of problem. He's going to drop down that way with the cue. And he wants to be real exact. It'd be great if he didn't have to hit anything. But I'm not sure that's going to be the way he'll play it. He's actually going to cut it in the corner. That was a tough shot.
Overcut it.
Overcut it. Well, Ortmann's going to get to stand up and take a chance now on this. I wonder if he'll decide to play safe or go ahead and try to cut that in. That's not really something that looks cuttable as I look at the monitor on the view screen here.
No, I think he's going to play safe here.
He's going to have to. Or bank it.
Bank it where?
Well, it'll go across corner. It'll go by that 6.
Mm-hmm. It's a nice angle there.
It is. Our expert camera crew, Tom, Busta, and Levi.
Doing a fine job.
Played safe. And it looks like
I like it.
Daryl's going to be able to come down to the end rail and hit this pretty easy, I think. Maybe get the cue ball back up table as well. He could go 2 rails at this too. But he can't really pocket the 6. Which is what he'd like to be able to do. But I don't think that's going to work. So getting the cue ball back up table and getting the 5 out of there and across towards the 7 if he can do it. Man, this is hard. He needs to get space or distance between these 2 balls at the very least.
Well, it was a good hit.
Yeah, but he's sold out.
But he sold out.
You know, all the balls wide open like that. Ortmann's been sitting a while, but this is something good to get started with.
He needs this.
Well, running these balls out can get him a little confidence.
It's the difference between 6-2 and 5-3.
And that's big. He's falling pretty nicely on the 6. He's almost straight in, which is good here. He wants to leave a little angle when he comes down here for the 7. He could almost exchange the cue ball for the 6, and he'd be just where he wants to be. He went to the rail, came back up. Left it a little flat, but that's nice enough. He can spin forward if he wants. And did that nicely. Straight in on the 8. Hit and stop and hit and stop. And it will be five for Peach and 2, now 3 for Ortmann.
Oliver Ortmann trails on the match 3-5 in this race to 11. Here at the 38th U.S. Open 9-Ball Championships in Chesapeake, Virginia. New venue, and it looks pretty good, Bill. What do you think?
I really like this Marietta Hotel. 4 years ago, we stayed here, and I really enjoyed it then. Of course, they didn't have the tournament here. They had it across the street. So this is the first time we've had the tournament here that I've worked with Accu-Stats, and I really like the venue. You know, I'm surprised Barry didn't come here last year.
Oliver switches sides for the break now.
Let's see if he has any more luck from this angle.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of noise, but I don't think anything's gone. The 8 ball's hanging there too, which makes it a little bit more. Well, it's going to be pretty easy for DARYL Peach to make this if he chooses to go this way. He's just about got to go to this pocket. He wants to leave the 1 hang and not fall, which that was danger there. Now he's going to be playing safe on the 2.
Well, he's got the edge of the 2.
He really wishes he could hit that 2 full on the face, that he'd come out just a bit farther. But had that 1 hung, that would have been a good place to be. He's going to go around probably 3 rails and try to come up somewhere behind the 6, I would think. No, he just bumped it.
Very well done.
Yeah, he played the short safe. This will be an easy ball for Oliver Ortmann to hit. And he probably can get the cue ball. Maybe. He's probably going to play that 2 ball near the side. I would think that would be the way he'd go at it. Kick it towards the side and try to bring the cue ball down here to the end rail. If it doesn't go in the side, it's going to go up to the end rail at the other end of the table. And he'll have distance. Let's see if he does that.
It's cue ball that he was concerned with.
Wow.
And he did well.
Beautifully.
Yep, very nice shot by Oliver Ortmann.
That caught the points to the side pocket. Almost went in. And
And that would have been a bit unfortunate. That would have been a bit unfortunate for him.
Well, he can see the 3, though. He would have been able to play safe or...
But he'd rather have this, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, he'd rather have Peach kicking. This is difficult, though.
It's a small ball.
Pretty small ball. Yeah, it's out there on the table. Pretty good. He's going to go 2 rails for it.
Good
and
hit.
he made a good hit.
Watch it.
Well, I think Oliver will be happy with the results of that.
I think so.
We're getting close to the point that we might see our TPA here pretty soon, too.
Mm-hmm.
Nicely done. Well on his way here. Everything's wide open now, and he really has control of the table at this point.
And he really needs this, Bill.
Well, I think you're going to see that he'll execute and get this one. You know, he comes off here, gets straight in on the 5, and everything's pretty much routine from there.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't even have to do much here at all. Just bump the ball in, hit the rail, and come back out maybe a little bit, depending on where he wants to shoot the 7. He might like to shoot the 7 in the corner, I don't know, but it's going to lay real natural after he shoots the 6 to shoot the 7 in the side. That way he can just follow it alongside on the 9. He's left himself a nice angle. If he wants to go to the corner or the side, he can do either. I guess he's coming back for the corner. And he'll draw down here to the 9.
Yep. Got a nice angle.
It's going to lay on the rail.
He's back in this match, Bill.
Yep. And that's 5-4. DARYL Peach leading Oliver Ortmann. Ortmann will be breaking.
Look at the stats, Bill. 958 for Oliver Ortmann and DARYL Peach with an 880. It looked to me like he was playing better than that.
You know, it's a little deceptive sometimes, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's why the stats are such a great thing to keep, because you really have a great idea of what's going on in the match, really.
Absolutely.
You know? And Oliver's going to break these balls to start the 10th game.
In fact, it almost seems like Pete should be have the 958 and Ormann should have the 880.
And we're off. Looks like he's going to pocket the 1 ball. And I think
Ooh, you can see the 2.
the 5. So he got the 1 on the 5.
I think you can see the 2 pretty good.
He's got a straight shot on the 2, it looks like. If it goes by the 8. It's hard to tell from the monitor if it's a clean shot past the 8, but I think it is.
Mm-hmm. And he can either stop there and have an angle on the 3 to get to the 4, or he can draw it back if he feels that good about it.
Yeah, I'd like to draw it back, I think. A little bit anyway. He went forward.
Yeah.
Even better. He likes that even better. And he's got control of the table after he pockets this 3 ball. All he has to do is get on the 4. 6 is sitting in the pocket, 7 is sitting in the pocket, and the 8 straight down the rail after you pocket the 6. Nicely done. Needs a little bit of speed or a little less speed. Take your pick.
Wow, looks like he hit the 50-yard line there.
He did. Certainly did.
That was it. Getting on that ball was key.
He was playing that for the corner, Pete.
Mm-hmm.
And he just missed the shape. No problem, though. Look at this.
Wow.
Nice shot.
He saved it.
As Jim Weiss likes to say, He didn't put all those air miles in to come and shop.
Absolutely.
Just get to the rail and turn this ball a little bit, which he did. And that'll do it.
He's in danger of tying this match up. 5-5. 55 and alive.
I shouldn't say that obviously, but I do believe he will do it.
Wants the cue ball clean. He sees something on the cue ball, so we're going to
Well, you know what? The measle
get
ball,
a referee.
The measle ball is a great ball, and the chalk does seem to cling to it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you do need to clean it periodically. That's not a bad thing to do.
Wow.
He might have said there's a hair on the ball. They're laughing about something. I didn't hear it. But, you know, I really admire a pro player like that when they decide, you know, something needs to be done. There's a hair on the ball, a little bit of dirt that they don't like. They're not going to take a chance on a skid.
It's a big match.
Big match. U.S. Open, winner side, you know you want to win this one.
Mm-hmm. Okay, here comes John Lehman.
Lehman.
Like Mr. Ortmann. See that hair over there? You lost it. Penny fine goal for Oliver.
All right.
You know, Oliver forgot to mark his game up on the wire as well, so. Well, he hadn't got it yet, that's why.
Good looking out, Bill.
Just kidding.
Can't fool you.
Just kidding.
You're right there.
Now we're going to get right to the shot. Nicely done. It's a race to 6, Pete.
5-5. Looking good. And the stats say the total performance average for Oliver Ortmann is 970 and 880 for DARYL Peach. And the score is tied 5-5.
Well, we got to see Oliver sit in that chair for those first games, so that was a little deceptive for us. He just didn't shoot a lot. That's why we didn't see the term performance average
Well,
being
here
that
are
high.
some of the stats there. 6 errors by Peach.
And 1 by Oliver. And the 11th game will now get underway. Pocketed the wing ball.
And he squatted the cue ball. Get out of the way, 8 ball.
Yeah, that black ball got him there.
He's literally behind the 8 ball.
Literally behind the 8 ball. And that would have prevented, had that 8 ball not been there, he would have run out for sure, I think.
I'm sure.
Those balls look really good.
He's striking the ball well.
He's got the jump cue in hand.
Yeah, because there's really no place to push here.
This will be an interesting shot. Not simple from here.
And it looks like he's jumping over a full ball. Nicely done.
Full ball with great results. What a nice shot that was.
He's playing well.
Oliver Ortmann hit that well, and look at where that 3 ball is. This is really nice, Pete. Now that opened the rack up from being hooked behind that 8 to now he executes this shot, gets on the 5, and you pretty close to a roadmap home, really.
If you can kill a cue ball here and
Just draw it over to the side rail and get an angle on the 5. Little teeny bit. Oh, boy. Nice shot on the 5 there.
Yes, it was.
But you forgot to make the 3. That hurts. Hurts to even watch that, doesn't it?
Oh.
Yeah, everybody that plays this game knows what that feels like. Oops. Beautiful shot on the 1, though. I mean, the first shot, not the 1, but the 2.
Now, Daryl put an extension on his cue so he can reach this shot.
Well, for him, it's literally, if he wants to, just hit and stop. He may follow forward and come up the table a little bit, which he did. You like playing the 6 on the side here, Pete? What do you think?
I like playing it down in the corner.
I do too. I do too. Just shoot the 5 in the corner and just drift over a little bit. And you could almost get straight on the 6, but it's even better if you get a little angle. Or you can float over for the 7.
The 8 ball is big there.
Well, he took a chance, but I think he's got it. I don't think he's behind the 8 at all. But he liked the side better than the corner, so that's the way we're going. I do believe. Well, maybe not. Maybe he is going to play it in the corner, come straight across the table. That'd be fine. He's not drawing the ball, so that's why I said that.
Wow.
And he missed it.
He missed it.
Well, Oliver's not going to be too disappointed about that.
Well, he feels he should have had this game already.
When he hit the 3, yeah.
He hit it pretty good.
Well, by the way he likes to play, I imagine he'll draw this ball over to the 7. I would follow it with spin, but I'll bet he draws it. Go down to the bottom rail. Just come over.
Nicely done.
Now he just wants to pull this up and back a little bit, and he'll be able to be right on the 8. Doesn't have to do a thing other than get on the 8 straight. Well, he went clear up there. I'm surprised at that.
Oliver
Nicely
Ortmann.
done.
Oliver Ortmann takes the lead 6 games to 5.
11 games are in the book, and Ortmann shooting a 930, Pete. Peach at 849.
It's a pretty good play.
It's respectable, it is.
Yes,
it
sir.
absolutely is. Just been a couple of funny rolls here and there, for DARYL Peach in particular. But Ortmann wastes no time. When he gets up to the table, I mean, he's pretty demonstrative. He knows right what he's going to do and gets it done.
Absolutely.
Going back that same side of the table. And he's had good results. Now, he moved it over from the spot there a little bit. I don't know if you noticed that. Came over about a half an inch. 12th game's underway. But it doesn't look like anything's wanting to fall. And look at the shot he's left for Peach.
Gives Daryl a chance to get back in this match. Or tie it up. 6-6.
Tie it up. He's much in it. Well, I wonder what he's going to shoot next. Make this 2. And get straight in on a combination. How about that?
Looks pretty good.
Well, if he pockets this, he's made a short rack of it. But it's not a guarantee.
Oh, no.
How about this?
quite fortunate. And Oliver feels snake bit a little bit. He's happy to be at the table because he thought he was going to make that shot.
You know, this is the kind of stuff that's tough to fade. This is why they're world champions, because they can fade this stuff. You know, a normal person just shakes his head in disgust and nothing else. But, you know, Ortmann's a competitor. He's not going to let this slide. He's going to find a way to get on this 3 and hit it, if he can. Or tie a ball up, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Where can he tie something up here?
Well, that's the problem, you know?
You might go 1, 2, 3, 4 rails.
He's trying to go with this.
Dude.
Hit 6. That won't work.
Tough shot.
Well, it was. And Peach did get a bit fortunate there with where the 9 ball came up. That's all there is to it. And that hurt Oliver's TPA a little bit, too. If you look, he's down to 909 now.
Mm-hmm.
And on a foul. Peach is going to go up here and get the 4 ball for the side pocket. Now, I think he missed the shape just a little bit there. I think he'd like to have been a little bit further up the table so he could have drifted down straight in for the 5.
Absolutely, because the 6 blocks the 5 from going down here.
Well, he's definitely going to play that 5 in the side pocket, I would think.
Mm-hmm.
Came out a little bit further than I think he would have liked. He followed that ball, though, so he wanted to be there.
Yeah.
Well, this means you have to use a little bit of English on the cue when you pocket this to hold the cue ball for the 6.
I don't know. I don't think he can hold it.
No, it's going to be real tough. He's going to have to go around and come up above it.
And the 9 ball is in the way of a natural.
Well, I think he can draw down close to the 6 if he wants to and come around just like that.
Here's the 9 ball.
Boy, it got right in play, didn't it? Good call, Pete.
Thank you.
Nicely done.
Uh-oh.
But
he escaped.
Hit it hard enough that he got away with it. But look at this. This ain't easy to get on here either. He almost has to go to the short side of the 8. Unless he can got a better angle, he can come around it. Yeah, that worked. Nice shot. It's a little straight, though.
A little bit.
He's got enough angle to get out there. I don't think it's going to be a problem.
No.
Just use left-hand spin, go forward if he wants. And he's drawing back. He's going backwards at it. That's fine. Spinning it and coming back. You know, that's one thing. He doesn't mind being far away from the ball, I guess.
He's a good putter.
Good putter, yeah, absolutely. Well, that's 6-6. DARYL Peach gets the game side back up. And 909 for Ortmann, 844 for Peach.
Quite respectable.
That 975 is tough to hold on to. Wang Khan was doing the same thing in the last match. He was up there in the high 900s and didn't finish with that. You know, still finished with a great match, but, you know, not 975 or anything like that. Nobody's been able to pull that off quite. And the highest TPA I think we have is Mika Immonen, and he lost shooting that, which is amazing. You don't have to win just because you play the best, I guess.
Absolutely.
Or have the highest percentage of accuracy, you might say.
Played the one on the side.
Very nicely done. And the 3's coming to take its position. He made the 2 as well. So he got a real nice break there with the 3 coming down table.
Yeah. He may have an alley, too, to get through.
Yeah,
to the
between
4.
the 9 and the 6, yeah, to follow right through over to the 4. Boy, that was really fortunate, that roll right there.
It was good shape.
Yeah, that 3 coming down there meant a lot, didn't it? Left a nice angle here to get down to the 6.
Mm-hmm.
He's following.
Mm.
No, he actually drew out of there. He just cued high. That looked like the way that I wanted to go originally.
Yeah, I didn't know if he had that much of an angle, but he did, apparently, you know.
Well, it's a little flat on the overhead, but pretty routine for him here.
He got on the right side here, no?
No, that's fine. He's fine on the 7. All he has to do is just come down here and get on the 8. 1 rail. Well, he went 2. That's fine.
Perfect.
That is perfect. He's even got the angle to come up a little bit off the shooting the 8 and be straight in on the 9. Very nicely done. And he's going to go back in the lead. Is DARYL Peach 7-6. And his TPA come up a little bit as well at 863.
Very respectable. We've had some great matches today.
You know, I can say this too. The shot clock's making a difference.
Mm-hmm.
The matches are really flowing a little smoother. I can see that right now.
Yeah.
And it's not prohibitive. Nobody's really having any problems with time.
No,
I
sir.
mean, once they're down on the ball, no problem whatsoever to just go ahead and execute. If you don't get it all done before the shot clock goes out, as long as you don't stand up, everything's, great. It's just not a problem. I think it's a plus. Game 14 about to get underway. And Peach went right to the spot that Wang Khan was breaking from.
Mm-hmm.
See if he gets the one on the side. Got the measure of this. Hit a little bit high, but he made the wing ball. And I think he made the 3 ball as well. Well, it wasn't the 3, maybe it was the 5. And he's got a nice shot on the 1, too. Pocket the 1, just come back down table. He used to shoot this in the lower left-hand corner pocket, though, I believe. That's the way he's gone. I'd like to shoot the 3 in the same pocket, I believe.
I believe so.
Just draw this back a little bit. And he followed forward. Wow. Guess he didn't want to take any chances with that 9.
Nope, but he's still shooting it in the same pocket.
He is. He is. Just needs to come up a little bit for the 4. Get down the end rail and back up. Nicely done. And this is the shot that really is going to cinch the rackets over. If he can get on this 6 nicely, about right where he's at right now, it'd be fine.
Perfect.
That's perfect. He's below the ball, so he can follow forward and be right on the 8. Nicely done. Well, it looks like DARYL Peach looking at it from the table, it looks a little different than it does from the monitor.
Mm-hmm.
He might spin this a little bit to come down for the 8 a little bit. A little bit left. No, he didn't do it. Just stayed up there. That's fine. Just went over the rail. Game 14 goes to DARYL Peach. He takes an 8-6 lead over Oliver Ortmann. And Peach is shooting 878 now. And 909 for Ortmann. But he's been there for a while in the chair at the same TPA. 10 errors by DARYL Peach. 4 errors by Oliver Ortmann. And 72 balls pocketed by DARYL Peach. And 40 by Ortmann. That's really interesting.
Yes, it is.
You know, it's funny how the flow of the match goes sometimes, right? And we couldn't see when this started out that DARYL Peach just jumped out to that lead like that. We really couldn't see how well that Ortmann was playing. And now Peach is ahead again with a lower TPA. And Ortmann's parked right there in the chair, stuck on 6 for now. But a higher TPA. The 15th game will begin with the crack of these balls. Nicely done, but I don't think he made anything.
The one ball just missed going in the side pocket. He played it, but he just missed it.
Ortmann's taking a timeout.
Taking a timeout.
We're back, and the players have just entered the arena. So Ortmann's going to continue where he left off with a shot on the 1 after DARYL Peach broke and came up dry.
Right. And Oliver trails in this match 6 games to 8. And is really hitting, striking the ball very well. And
decided to push there. You know, I'm not sure I give this one back. I may put the 1 ball down there towards the 9 and put the cue ball behind the 3.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any problem with that at all. And I might be the one that I want to do that and not my opponent.
Well, he's taking a look at it. And he's got 15 seconds left on the clock.
A lot of times it's a good idea just to give these things back and let the other guy do it, which is what he chose to do.
Mm-hmm.
But in this particular instance, I think this thing lays well enough that I'd come up with something here. I don't know that I want to give this back. I'm sure Ortmann had an idea when he pushed here. He did it so quickly.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see how he goes. The only problem with going across the face of this ball and bringing it down table to 1 is if it hits the 7. So he went behind the 3 and hit it rather easily, but he got a nice hook here.
Yeah, nicely done.
And he's a shot away if he gets ball in hand, which I don't know that he'll get that. Pretty sure DARYL Peach can hit this. The 8 ball's kind of in the way, though. This is a little bit of a challenge. Peach is massing, it almost looks like, or thinking about it. I always call that bluffing when a guy stands up and acts like he's going to masse the ball and then steps away from the table and changes his mind.
Mm-hmm.
He's still staying with that masse. So he's trying to go 1 rail and spin this. Wow, look at that. Nice hit.
Nice hit.
This is difficult to get. If you could cut the 1 in, it's going to be real difficult to get up for the 2. The other end of the table up there. The bank, however, could get you back up table for the 2 if you wanted to shoot. And to just put the 1 ball down on top of the 4 and send the cue ball up table that would be a good safe. It looks like he's digging into the ball. What a nice shot that was.
He got there.
Cut it in and Z-stroked it up to the other end of the table. That was a beautiful shot.
Yes, it was.
And that ball was laying pretty flat. Not just how it looked, but it was laying flat. So that was a heck of a hit.
Gets good on the 3 ball. He's going to draw, come down here for the 4 ball, and we got the 5-9 combination if he can get on there.
Key element is to get on this 4. This is the rack right here. Really and truly, though, that first shot that he started with was the rack as well. That was very difficult. And he hit it beautifully.
Yes, he did.
It's got a little bit of angle. I can't tell just how much, though, from where we're at. He likes to pound the ball, which is what he did there. Straight pool player make this combination, Pete? What do you think?
My money's on him.
He's a game away from tying it up, and he'll be breaking.
Oliver Ortmann trailing in this match 7-8, shooting a 920 and breaking. DARYL Peach shooting an 878 total performance average. Great game.
Well, I'll tell you what, I can see right here the aggression of Ortmann. I really like to watch him play 9-ball, and this is why. And I think Holman kind of resembles this, you know, in the way Holman plays 9-ball.
Sure. Well, Ortmann plays aggressive straight pool, too. Very aggressive straight pool compared to what we were used to seeing. You know, he plays kiss shots, bank shots. Doesn't want to give it up. Good to see him playing well.
Well, the 16th game will get underway with the breaking of these balls. Ortmann at the head of the table. We're seeing some fine play here.
Yes, we are.
Got a ball, and he got the cue ball.
Kicked in. The cue ball was kicked in.
Yep.
The upper pocket.
And that will put a halt to that comeback there.
He can't believe it. He's laughing, but he can't believe. Okay, what's it look like for DARYL?
Well, I don't exactly understand his motion a lot of times when he places the cue ball like that and starts looking around the table. DARYL Peach is someone I've never really been able to understand their mannerisms around the table, if you will. But he does some strange things. This is where I would have started to begin with. Shoot this in the corner. Just get a little bit of angle to come down here for the 3. Now the question is, how do you want to play this 3? You're going to have to play it to this lower right-hand corner pocket. And I don't know how close you want to get. He's going to try to go 2 rails.
I think he's got to be right where he is now, right?
Well, he can hold it and go 1 rail and get there.
Yeah. That's what he did. Nicely done.
It's a challenging shot. He has to get back over here for the 4. Do you go over across the table, come back for the 4 over there like this?
Go on top. All right, this makes it it's tough to see the angle here, but it looks like he can just bunt this ball in the side and hold position for the 5.
He could do that. He could draw the ball out of there and play it in the corner, too, and come 2 rails around. I don't think he will, but he had plenty to work with there.
Yeah.
Let's come out here for the 6. Doesn't want to get the 9 into play. It's fine. Just needs to get above this 7 ball, I guess. The reason I say I guess is I think you want to play the 7 on the side just to get back over for the 8. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you got to draw this over pretty, you know, with a pretty good stroke. But you can just float up here if you go this way, like that, and just go to the rail and come right straight across the table for the 8. And this rack should be well in hand. You'll come across the table here, shooting the 8 up in the upper left-hand corner pocket, and just trying to get straight in on the 9. And he's done that nicely. Came a little low. It's not a problem at all. That's fine. And it will be DARYL Peach 9, Oliver Ortmann 7, and a race to 11. So Peach has got closer to the hill. And he's shooting 890. So he's just under 900, which is where Oliver Ortmann's sitting at 902.
Mm-hmm.
And the TPA's closed up there a little bit, just with that last rack.
Yeah.
And we got the break performance average. Two successful for Ortmann and 9 successful for Pete. So Peach is doing pretty well with the break. Scratches on the break, they both have 1. So what do you think we're going to see here? If the averages hold up, Pete's going to pocket some balls and have a shot. He's breaking consistently from that side of the table. And I mean, there's just a solid white dot up there now. Did you see that?
Yep.
See it laying there?
Mm-hmm.
That's funny, isn't it? And he made a ball in keeping with how he's been shooting. And come up a little funny on the 1 here. Boy, this is an odd rack.
It is.
The 1's the key shot in the rack. I mean, that's about all there is to it. So you pretty much gotta, I think you gotta play safe here. What do you think?
I think so.
I mean, from the way they're lying, I don't like anything else. They're laying just a little unusual. Bring the cue ball down underneath or the 1 ball down underneath. Yeah, that bump on the 8 hurt him a little bit. Well, if Ortmann's aggressive, what's he going to do here, Pete?
Good question. I don't think he's going to go for the 9.
Well, down 2 games, he's got to come up with a real intelligent shot. He cut that 1 ball in shooting over top the ball, if you remember in the first part of the game there. So this is a ball he can cut in. And an aggressive player might go for it. It looks like it'll go past the 9. Can't tell for sure, though. That may be too close.
Now he stuck the cue
Got
ball
up
down
behind
there.
the 5, yeah.
Nice shot.
Peach goes for the jump cue, I'll bet. Oh, yeah. Now the question is, do you jump this to make it, or you jump it to play safe and just bank the ball and put the cue ball over there by the 6?
You jump it to make it.
Yeah, that's what he did.
And then you get lucky and play safe.
Well, I don't think he got so lucky. I think that 1 ball's makeable. Looks to me like he can see it. From the edge past the 2?
Well, that would be quite...
Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe he is safe. Maybe he is safe. We'll know quickly. Ortmann's taking a good long look at it, so maybe he can't see it. If he can, he'll be kicking it upstairs. Yeah, he can see it.
Yeah, nicely done.
And he's got the 2 right dead in the side pocket. Just drift forward if that 3 goes past the 5. And Oliver will get a chance to get another game here. Draw back off this, 5 to the 6. He'll draw back into position here too as well. And he left himself a little angle to float out for the 7 nicely.
Yeah. That'll give him another little angle.
He likes to play underneath the ball. I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be good enough. Flirted with that side pocket a little
Wow.
bit, though, didn't he?
I'm surprised he did that.
Nicely
Nicely.
done there.
Good shot.
I think your brother told me that was one of his favorite shots right there, using the reverse and coming around 2 rails.
Well, he's back in the game. Trails in the match 8-9 in this race to 11. That's Oliver Ortmann getting ready to break. And the TPA, total performance average, stands Oliver Ortmann shooting a 915, DARYL Peach shooting an 891. Good match.
It is a great match, and it looks like it's going to go hill to me. I'll be surprised if it doesn't.
I think you hit it right on the head. Yes, I do.
Well, it didn't look like that at first, did it? You know, when Peach took off to that little lead there at the beginning?
Mm-hmm.
But it's turned into quite a slugfest.
Yeah, like Jimmy White says, they didn't come all this way. They're doing shopping.
Well, the 18th game begins with the breaking of the balls. And the 1 did not go on the
He
side.
hit it squarely. The cue ball got kicked up top, but he did make the 2. No.
Nope.
It hung up. It looked like it was going in, hung up.
They're all on the table.
Well,
Much to Oliver Ortmann's dismay. I don't know that Peach can make anything here, but he sure can play safe. All he has to do is just barely bump the 1 and go to the end rail with the cue ball, and he'll come up right behind the 8. Just like so.
Yep. That's what he did.
And this is fairly difficult. He's
He's
cut off a little bit by the 6 ball, I think.
He's got the one
So
rail
he's going
kick.
I'm sorry?
He's got the one rail kick.
The 1 rail kick, but he's going to the right-hand rail as we look at the table.
Good hit.
Good try. But unfortunately not good enough. And it opened the balls up enough that the only trouble he's got now is the 6-8. And he might be able to deal with that somewhat right now with the pocketing of the 1. With the 2 hanging in the corner pocket like that, it's a pretty good insurance ball. So if he just draws into these balls coming off the rail and hitting the 6 ball rail first like that, what he tried to do, that could open him up. Well, he'll just have to let that sit for a minute, I believe. And come up here for the 3. Now, I wonder, with a 6 there, if he had almost the position he has right now when he shoots the 5 ball, he can drop down there and bounce that 6 ball a little bit. But that's really tough to do when you're going from the 5 to the 6 and hit the ball and, make sure you get a shot.
Absolutely.
You like to have that insurance ball like he did with the 2. It's a shame he didn't bump it when he came off the 1 ball.
He tried.
He did. Nice shape on the 4. And the problem with this is you can't control your angle on the 6. So getting on the 7, it's in the open, which is a good thing. But you can't guarantee your position on that 6 to guarantee you're going to have angle to get to the 7. And the 8 could cause some problems too when he bounces this ball. He's taking a good look at it. He's missed the ball.
Unbelievable. Well, Oliver can get right back and tie this match up.
Yes, he can.
If he can figure out...
I think he's got a plan right now.
Yeah. He's very... feels lucky to be at the table right now.
Well, you just watched what Peach was doing. And I'm sure he's sitting in the chair playing this out in his head anyway. He seems like the type of player that does that. He looks right at the table, doesn't look away from his opponent. You know what I mean? He's involved in the match. So he's probably got an idea how he wants to deal with this. And I think that just coming out a little bit from where he's at, just drawing out and coming down table a little bit to get angle would be the best way to do it. So just draw this a little teeny bit. I hit it right now.
He went right into it.
Wow. That's pretty gutsy.
And it was,
got a nice shape, too.
Yeah, worked out well. It was gutsy, though. That's for sure.
It was gutsy. Probably better, though, than handling it off the 5. It's got nice angle on the 6, so this is a good shot. Ortmann, I believe, will tie it up now, Pete.
Yeah. And he'll be breaking. Not that the break has been working for him very well, as we saw with the break stats.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big difference there. Peach is much more effective with the break, which is why the match is probably the way it is. But if you notice, Ortmann's at 918 right at this moment.
He hit it too hard. He hit it harder than he wanted to, but he got lucky. He thought he lost it.
He's going to have to work a little bit of magic on this shot. Little teeny bit. 2 rails to the 9. Now he's going to masse. He's going over the side rail and spin down. Like so. He overhit that one too.
This is no gimme.
No. And let's see if he plays it in the corner. Overcut it just a little bit,
Well
but he
struck.
made it.
Very nicely done. Ties the match. 9 games apiece. Raised to 11. Oliver Ortmann maintains a 923 total performance average, and DARYL Peach stands at 876. Pretty good shooting, Bill.
Yes, sir. I think Oliver Ortmann overcut that ball just a smidge, but it went right in.
Right in.
He was probably playing it for the upper side of the pocket and gave that little bit, of air to himself, That was well hit. Ortmann's impressive, and the stats show that.
Oh, yeah.
Very impressive play. He just needs to master this break a bit. It's been tough for a lot of people to find them, what works here on this table. But it wasn't very tough for Shane.
Shane finds the way.
Boy, I'm telling you. Game 19 begins now.
Hit it
He's
squarely.
made the corner ball.
Made a ball.
Well, you said he likes to bank. He's got a cross corner right now, Pete.
Yeah.
And it'll bring him down naturally for the 2-9.
Yeah. I think he'd like to start every game from here. What do you think?
Well, I mean, the cross corner's a little bit, but this is a hanger if you play one pocket, so.
Yeah.
It's a ball you don't hit hard either. It's a ball you can just pretty much roll and get right on the 2 for the 2-9 if you want to shoot that, which I think you do. Put him on the hill, and it's got to like the idea of that.
He made
And
it.
there it is.
Nicely done. Oliver Ortmann. He says, I'm not a one-pocket player, but I can make that bank.
You bank pretty good, as a matter of fact. Well, what do you do here? Do you shoot this 9, of course? Or do you shoot past it and run out? You torture Peach if you shoot past it. You're on the hill if you make it.
Yeah.
Torture.
You make it now.
It's possible, but you want to be on that 4 if you don't,
Yep.
so.
Whatever he does, that's what I'm going with, Bill.
There you go.
You know?
Oh, he's the one shooting, what is it now, 928?
Yeah.
Got there.
928 and rising.
Got there. When I was young, one of the things that I used to realize when I played, everybody played better than me. So when somebody I was playing would not shoot a combination and they would run the balls out, I just felt like they were pulling teeth. It was horrible. He needs to get back up table here for the 8. He's going to draw, no doubt. Beautifully done.
Get off the rail. Okay, he's good.
Right back down table for the 9. And he goes to the hill with the pocketing of the 9 ball. He's got to get the 8 in there first. Made that interesting, didn't he?
Wow. Jack and Joe went up the hill, and so did Oliver. He's
There you
on
go.
the hill. Leads in a match 10 games to 9. Shooting a
And-
932. And DARYL Peach shooting an 876. Very respectable play, Bill. Very.
Peach sat in his chair, too. And the TPA, there it is, broken down. 69 balls pocketed for Ortmann, 85 for Peach, 12 errors for DARYL Peach, and 5 for Ortmann. Now, that's interesting. I'm surprised at that. You know, I didn't see Peach's errors being that high, but that's obviously why, you know, his TPA is so much lower. Well, I guess Ortmann will go to the white spot to break. Look at that little white dot. See it?
Yeah.
Just can't miss it.
That's where Wang Kan was breaking them from. And his opponent did the same thing. He saw it was working. He went right to it. So now we have a white dot there.
And the 20th game begins right now. One ball on the side.
He
That's
played
a
it.
successful break.
Yes,
if the
sir.
2 doesn't get hooked.
Ooh. Doesn't look like he has a pocket for the 2.
On the monitor, but on the table, it looks like it'll go.
Uh-huh.
I can look right down the line here, and it looks like it's just will go. But again, he's shooting over top of the 9 ball. And you got to get back down table for the 3.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you just leave a long shot like that.
He gets the extension. This is the first time I heard extension called in the whole match, and it's 10-9.
They're very quick. You were right about that when we talked earlier, too.
Mm-hmm. And you're right about that. He had it.
No problem.
Nicely done by Oliver Ortmann.
Well, let's try the same thing again. Get on the 4. He'd like to be... I'm sorry.
He's got to go from the 4 to the 6. So he needs that kind of an angle, and looks pretty good, Bill.
Yep. He just makes it look easy, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
As do all great world-class players. Draw back here. And just float 2 rails over for the 8. Well, he's going to draw over to the side rail and come up for the 8. It's fine.
Oliver Ortmann, what a performance.
Setting his chair for the first 4 games. Comes
Wow.
back to win the match.
Wow.
11-9.
What a match.
Shooting a 940, Oliver Ortmann,
Great
too.
match. Great match, Billy.
Well, thanks so much, Pete, for being with us.
You bet. My pleasure. Enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it, too. And we hope you all tune in tomorrow. We got lots of matches coming, and they're getting better every day.
Every day. And all of these matches will be available on DVDs at AccuStats. And in order to get them, give Pat a call at 1-800-828-0397.
We'll see y'all tomorrow. And for Pat Fleming and the whole crew here at Accu-Stats, this is Billy Gibbs and Pete Fleming saying good night.
Good night, all.